Former President Donald Trump took some time out of his day from eating hamburgers, drinking Diet Coke, watching cable news, to rage at baseball. Specifically, Cleveland's franchise for changing the team's mascot from the Cleveland Indians to the Cleveland Guardians. So, in a statement issued through spokesperson Liz Harrington, by the way, this is the way to get past the Twitter ban. Here's what he said. Can anybody believe that the Cleveland Indians, a storied and cherished baseball franchise since taking the name in 1915, there's no way you wrote this, are changing their name to the Guardians? Such a disgrace. And I guarantee that the people who are most angry about it are the many Indians of our country. Oh, no. He continues. Wouldn't it be an honor to have a team named the Cleveland Indians? And wouldn't it be disrespectful to rip that name and logo off those jerseys? The people of Cleveland cannot be thrilled, and I, as a former baseball fan, cannot believe things such as this are happening. A small group of people with absolutely crazy ideas and policies is forcing these changes to destroy our culture and heritage. It's baseball. At some point, the people will not take it anymore. To that I say, wah. Sad. Baby. Literally. All right, guy, look. You think he's a baseball fan? There's no way. Okay, whatever. I just think that the guy can't help himself. But all right, let's talk about it. Let's get into the real reality of this. So now this is a finalization of the process that's been happening for a little while. So you've had different, sports teams, franchises that have been looking at some of the racist caricatures that they've had. And they're like, not good. Yeah, we should probably change those. And so we're going to get rid of that offensive imagery. So that, look, it's just a good thing to do, okay? Honestly. It's a better thing to name your team something different than a racist caricature. I'm not sure why I need to explain why this is the good thing. Okay, but anyway, it's a good decision to move the team on from these stereotypes. In fact, Cleveland had removed the Chief Wahoo logo, which, again, that's like super offensive, a caricature of a Native American character from uniforms following the 2018 season. And so, understand, though, that this is not as a result of a small group of crazy people trying to destroy our culture and heritage. No, it's a company making a decision to do something that I actually think is positive. I don't really have any criticism of that. Just, whatever. In fact, here's their new name. The Guardians. The choice of the Guardians drew inspiration from Cleveland's architectural history. In fact, they got the name from the Guardians of Traffic. All right. So, hey, let's take a look. What is the Guardians of Traffic? Oh, that's cool. I like it. I'm not a sports fan, but hey, there you go. Kind of cool. So now, Trump also said, I guarantee that the people who are most angry about it are the many Indians of our country. Okay, first off, does the man understand the difference between indigenous Native Americans and people from India who are actual Indians? I tend to think that, hey, if you're from India, that makes you an Indian. I don't think he knows the difference, honestly. The man is the dumbest man alive. Holy shit. But all right, so let's push back on him using some actual indigenous voices. We'll start with Interior Secretary Deb Haaland, who made history as the first Native American cabinet secretary. She called this a, quote, welcome and necessary change. Quote, I'm glad to see that the Cleveland baseball team is finally changing its name. The long practice of using Native American mascots and imagery in sports teams has been harmful to indigenous communities. Holland posted on Twitter on Friday. A prominent Native American activist also praised the club's decision by saying, and this is Crystal Echohawk, founder and executive director of Illuminative, says, oh, I like that name, Illuminative. Oh, that's really clever. She said this: Cleveland's move proves it's possible for sports teams to eliminate harmful names and mascots. It's a major step towards righting the wrongs committed against Native peoples and is one step towards justice. Echohawk renewed her call for other sports teams with names evoking Native Americans to follow suit. And look, is that one step towards justice? Sure. Is there a lot more that needs to happen? Absolutely. For one, we need to protect water protectors, Native American water protectors, from having their lands despoiled by oil pipelines. That's one major thing that needs to be done. That is actually incredibly substantive. This, not so substantive, but hey, it's nice. But yes, we could absolutely do more things and do better for the indigenous people in this country and everywhere else. Canada has treated its indigenous population horrifically. And so, with the schools that they had set up, that essentially was, the cultural genocide to try to quote unquote tame the savages. And we also have that same kind of history here in the country, stealing Native people away from their actual families and putting them in these schools and trying to erase their history. And so those are significant steps. This is a branding issue. Nonetheless, I still think it's welcome and helpful. But ultimately, getting back to nonsense, Donald Trump, and here's the ultimate takeaway from this, at least on him, Trump doesn't care about baseball. Very, very unlikely. He also doesn't care at all about quote-unquote Indians. No, Donald Trump wants to get mad about things because that's what he does. It's old man yells at cloud. He's a meme at this point. Okay? And so it's super sad, but it does help him stay relevant. I know it's partly my fault as well for doing segments about him, but I got to make fun of him. You know why? Because it's fun to do. It's fun to make fun of racist old men. I'm super honest about that. It's essentially what it's about. Still, racist old men and ignorance, it's always good to mock these things, especially as we move forward as a country. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.